Hello everyone and now welcome to a 1v1 matchup, Happy versus Fly, this game taking place here on Turtle Rock version 1.6 from the Proiron tournament. Gonna go ahead and speed things up to that 2-minute mark. So far it looks like Altar of Darkness, Crypt and Ziggurat. We are going for a Death Knight first, coming against a Farseer with some grunts and eventual headhunters. Alright, heroes are already out here on the battlefield. Happy's scouting out Acolyte, taking quite a beating, gonna get finished off by some wolves. One more shot by that Spirit Wolf right there ensures the kill. Alright, felt like the Sea Turtle hatchlings were actually trying to chase down that Acolyte. Almost got the final shot there, but the medium armor of that Acolyte preventing that bit of damage. Meanwhile, Death Knight has already sold his Scroll of Town Portal, a very aggressive style of play. Selling that Scroll of Town Portal, I don't believe he's trying to expo, so he's maybe just trying to tech to tier 2 quickly with a bit of that additional gold. Meanwhile, Farseer trying to go after this giant sea turtle off to the north. Death Knight going to be showing up as well. Mantle of Intelligence dropped. Farseer able to get in a little bit of additional damage, as we could be looking at, skeletal minions quickly getting focused down here. Both sides exchanging blows. Perhaps we're going to see a surround onto a grunt. Yeah, a grunt stuck in the trees here, trying to break free. Perhaps take down that skeletal minion, or perhaps take down a ghoul itself. There's a chain lightning to bounce things around. Grunt is now down to 133 hit points. There's a deny on the Spirit Wolf. New round of the Spirit Wolf getting summoned up as the Death Knight ensures the kill with a death coil of his own. Alright, both sides exchanging blows. The lead grunt for Fly has been taken out. That means that the Spirit Wolves will be the ones to try and absorb damage, as Headhunters are out here on the battlefield. Headhunters do have 375 hit points once again. Very, very important. That extra 25 hit points early on doesn't seem like that big of a difference, but it, it really does add up, especially for against Undead, where, well, spell power later on in the game with level 3 and level 5 heroes are nearly able to nuke down troll berserkers even with that 100 hit point mana or hit point upgrade. As these skeletal minions and ghouls are just doing a little bit of scouting back and forth, let's take a look inside the main bases of Happy and Fly to see what their long-term strategies are. Happy already nearly done teching the tier 2. Same can be said for Fly, and I am expecting these some buildings to be quickly placed down. A bestiary, a spirit lodge, or a Tauren totem to try and get in some of those casters and get in some good balance. Meanwhile, Slaughterhouse is definitely on the table here, as we are transitioning into a graveyard for some Crypt Fiends. As Farseer now looking to retreat back here. Death Knight still sitting at level 2. And, well, both sides just, playing rather cautionary tales. No one's overly aggressive. No one's building too large of an army. And may just try and hang back and do a little bit of creeping. Farseer here can summon up some Spirit Wolves, perhaps clear out this shop here, get that Watcher ward down, as the Death Knight is going to be able to scout all this out here. Alright, is the Death Knight... No, Death Knight's not invisible. The two heroes just simply passed by each other without any regard for each other. Dark Ranger now also out in the battlefield, and the Dark Ranger represents an interesting choice here, as, well, because Fly opted to go for a go-wide army, there's going to be more and more units to try and, more and more units to try and generate skeletal minions off of as the second hero. We do not see a Lich anywhere on the battlefield yet. Meanwhile, Headhunter down to 35 hit points. It's easily going to get cleaned up. Going back the other way, another, a Headhunter trying to retreat back home. Are we going to see some more black arrows? Yes, we are. Headhunter down to 54 hit points. Dark Ranger now trying to retreat back as well, as the Dark Ranger not going to be able to do it all by herself. Without the help of that Death Knight fighting alongside, there's just not enough damage here. Farseer trying to engage, but has the creeps on him too. A little bit of black arrow damage onto the Farseer. Farseer trying to shake off some of those creeps as the Spirit Wolves dissolve due to their timer. Alright, Dark Ranger Happy I believe, accidentally going after the Ogre Warriors here. Forest Troll Berserkers engaging. A little bit of an odd attack going back and forth here. It looks as though Fly is going to be able to, well, clear out one of those creep camps, getting some of that experience, but there is that Tome of Strength +2 still on the table, or on the map, ready to be picked up. Shadowhunter, both sides still fighting again as the Ogre Warriors and Ogre Magi, not quite sure who they're trying to attack. Death Knight could be in a little bit of trouble, does get hexed, but able to shake free. Meanwhile, Dark Ranger tries to finish off a low hit point Headhunter. Headhunter instead just getting up some healing salve here, resummoning up some Spirit Wolves, and perhaps going to pick up that Tome of Strength. Dark Ranger continuing to retreat back. Death Knight just slowly buying time as he is getting up a Slaughterhouse and, well, perhaps going to try and train up some more units. Both sides still engaging here. Who's going to get the last blow? There goes that Ogre Warrior, or Ogre Mauler. That Ogre. Come on, Tome of Strength. No? 50 hit points not enticing? All right. Ogre Magi quickly going to get finished off here. Who's going to get the last shot? It looked as though Dark Ranger could have gotten that last hit there. Meanwhile, Forest Troll Trapper about to get taken down as well. All right, who has the Sentry Ward? No ward placed down. All right, so perhaps this version of Turtle Rock doesn't have that Watcher Ward that's placed down permanently after clearing out the Goblin Merchant Shop. Shadowhunter now going after the Ogre Warrior creep camp here off to the side. Death Knight, Dark Ranger, and one Obsidian statue still putting in pressure. And I'm curious as to what Happy is really spending his gold on. Happy sitting at 42 supply, and, well, does have one Obsidian statue, and in comes a train of ghouls as we are at Black Citadel, training up a Lich and getting up that orb, and eventually we'll get that Orb of Corruption. Happy loses one easy ghoul there. Meanwhile, Kodo Beast may try to chomp on something in just a little bit of time as the Ogre Warrior quickly gets taken down. Is the Kodo Beast going to, yes, eat a Forest Troll Berserker and now back away? You have to know your units well and your creeps well, as we see a Scroll of Town Portal trying to retreat back. All right, are we going to see a, well, Forest Troll Berserker does get a healing wave, but also gets a Death Coil and gets finished off. All right, Forest Troll Berserker slowly being digested. That will give experience and a bit of gold. No items will be given, but I'm pretty sure Fly knew what he was doing when he's tried to digest that Forest Troll Berserker, and making sure to digest a unit that doesn't actually give any items there. And as that will, well, just be a loss of resources. All right. Undead, Happy, Death Knight, Dark Ranger, Lich. We are looking at a handful of ghouls out here on the battlefield as well, ready to swarm. Dark Ranger sitting at level 2, Lich on the board with some experience at level 1, but not much here, as the Tauren Chieftain now ready to test the waters. There's a big Frost Nova there, so a big Frost Nova by the Lich to get to level 2. Tauren Chieftain, and barely any experience, but did pick up the Scroll of the Beast, but we know that is a double-edged sword when you're going up against destroyers. The destroyers easily will be able to devour magic, regenerate hit points, and then in turn also deal bonus splash damage as those units, as the destroyers themselves will have mana. Tauren Chieftain with a very large amount of armor already, up to 15 armor, 47% damage reduction, and also the Rune Bracers. That's exactly what the Tauren Chieftain needs to have some survivability as a level 1 hero late in the game. Coming back across to the north side, Destroyer is going to easily clear out the Gargantuan Sea Turtle, swarming ghouls, Obsidian Statue in the back, providing a bit of support as both sides are trying to figure out what their long-term game strategy will be. We notice Kagar's Pipe of Insight now on that, well, Farseer, so a bit of a bonus experience. Tauren Chieftain does have Stomp, and now the Tauren Chieftain wants to add in a Potion of Invulnerability or a Potion of Greater Healing if possible. One ghoul is getting taken down. That ghoul, however, able to retreat away easily. All right, we're looking at the Gargantuan Sea Turtles here. The Forest, or the Berserkers could go into Frenzy, try to attack a little bit more quickly. A lucky Purge from the Orb of Lightning. Come on, one more final shot there. Finishes it off. Tauren Chieftain now gets up to level 2. Endurance Aura definitely on the table as the, well, Tauren Chieftain of Fly does pick up that potion of greater healing he was looking for. Units going to try and engage against each other here. Tauren Chieftain sitting at level 2 does have enough for a stomp and could try and put some pressure onto those early ghouls. Berserkers are here, and now in comes a big fight. Deathcoil Frost Nova quickly finishing off a unit. That Lich, well, up to level 3 already, as the Farseer now trying to back away. Level 4 now on the Death Knight, and Happy is ready to push on in with a strong army. There's a Chain Lightning bouncing around. Scroll of Healing. Forest Troll, or those, well, Berserkers are just getting bursted down so quickly. Healing Wave backing around, but level 3 Lich and Death Knight doing exactly what the Doctor ordered, and now cranking out Dark Minions as well to keep this push going. The Ghouls don't even need to stick around anymore. There's a big stomp, though, as a Kodo Beast tries to, well, retreat back, but without a Scroll of Speed, unable to get enough distance, and the Ghoul able to, well, join back in on the battlefield. Happy absolutely owning this fight so far. 36 supply compared to 52, as skeletal minions will go scouring across the map for the last couple of orc units. Tauren Chieftain trying to retreat back. Only the heroes are left. Heroes and a couple of berserkers compared to the heroes, destroyers, and obsidian statues of the undead army. 31 supply compared to 52. Always assume 5 or 6 supply is working on lumber, so what, 6 supply, what, 46 compared to 31, a 15 supply difference, quite large, especially when you consider the hero level advantage Happy currently has. All right. Dark Ranger looking to go after some more Ogre Warriors, finishing them off low hit point first, one at a time, cranking out more Dark Minions. Meanwhile, Lich did opt to go for Frost Armor first over Dark Ritual, as new ghouls are replacing those who were originally low on hit points. As Happy is setting up an expo back on his neck of the woods while still clearing out difficult creep camps. Fly, unsure of how to, well, push on with this next portion of the game. You can see the Berserkers with only 475 hit points after a level 2 Death Coil and a level 2 Frost Nova are nearly down for the count if they've taken any auto attacks. That is just going to get worse and worse as Happy gets to level 3 Death Coil here momentarily, and he even has extra mana with Potion of Greater Mana and also those Obsidian statues, keeping that, well, that spell party going. Farseer down to 190 some odd hit points. Skeletal Minion constantly getting in the way. We may be looking at a Frost Nova. There's a Death Coil, Potion of Lesser Invulnerability used just in time to try and stay alive. He may be forced to try and buy another Staff of Teleportation to try and retreat back down to 94 hit points, and gonna rejoin here. Perhaps needs a healing salve and doesn't want to get an accidental shockwave. There's a healing wave bouncing through there. All right, Berserkers, 2-1 upgrades. Warsong Battle Drums, not the item he was looking for. Destroyers now showing up on the Berserkers, and here we are. There goes one blasted Berserker already. Tauren Chieftain wants to get into that frontline spot, but at only level 2, that stomp radius just isn't wide enough. Meanwhile, silence onto the Shadow Hunter, not hitting the Tauren Chieftain, still allowing for that stomp here, as the Warsong Battle Drums still useful as the Kodo Beast was taken out. All right, Tauren Chieftain still has plenty of hit points here, 48% damage reduction, more healing back around. Tome of Agility picked up now, as we're up to 49 for that 2 additional points of agility. All right, Happy looking to, well, get this expo to start paying for itself. Tauren Chieftain desperately needs a little bit more experience to get to level 3. Are we going to see a stomp? Yes, we do. And now, ghouls are getting taken out one at a time. Still not enough for the Tauren Chieftain to get to level 3, as another, well, Death Coil Frost Nova finishing off more units. Are we going to see some more damage getting racked up? Yes, but the Tauren Chieftain still shy of level 3 as ghouls are falling slowly and steadily, but Happy's army just has too much damage potential. Shadow Hunter, Forest Troll, or, well, not Forest Troll, the Berserkers, Kodo Beast units are gathering together to get out onto the battlefield and perhaps try and mount a counter push. However, Fly's army is consistently behind in terms of size compared to his opponent. as we look here, destroyers cleaning things up against all these units. Ring of Regeneration picked up by the Death Knight. Always a helpful item when your primary burst healer also has some passive regeneration. And Happy is just looking for a way to maintain his advantage. Clearing out creep camps gives him a little bit of experience, but at the same time, or just as important, denies his opponent those same creeps. Getting a little bit of extra gold and perhaps pushing to level 5 earlier on. Coming back through here, Tauren Chieftain, we've seen, is still stuck at level 2, just shy of level 3. Needs 17 experience more, and that last bit of experience is just seemingly taking forever and a day. Remember, once Fly gets up to level 3 on that Tauren Chieftain, he'll be able, still shy, he'll be able to do a longer stun on those ghouls and also stun longer, thereby mitigating more of that potential damage, since those ghouls do need to get within melee range. Happy, on the other hand, already at level 5 with dual pendants of energy, so north of 550 mana, and ready to just, well, lead this army while keeping everyone alive and together. Happy not to be outdone by Moon, setting up another secret base here on the top right-hand side of the map. Secret base is more of a Moon thing, but Happy actually finding ways to expand here in 2023. All right. Fly does have this Expo Great Hall here. Both sides are engaging. There goes one Forestro Berserker already. Tauren Chieftain, while getting silenced, unable to put his foot down as damage is racking up. That is a lot of destroyers in the air as the Death Coil pushing through. Tauren Chieftain does get up to level 3. Are we going to see a big stomp here? The ghouls purposely trying to swarm away and doing exactly right there as the Tauren Chieftain does find the right way to turn the stomp. All right, there goes that stomp. Kodo Beast could be in trouble. Shadowhunter falls at level 3 during this frantic battle as the Kodo Beast taken down as well. Both sides still fighting their way through. Tauren Chieftain doesn't have an Orb of Lightning. Chain Lightning not going to be able to go after those destroyers either. And that is pretty much going to be it there. Dark Ranger gets up to level 5. Lich is right behind it as well. Would have gotten to level 5. And, well, that is the game. Fly falling behind economically. And, well, once Happy had that army size advantage and that hero level advantage, he just got to the end game with what he wanted and was able to close it out. Let me know what you guys thought about this game in the comments below. Happy with a commanding lead, commanding presence here on Turtle Rock.